Caitlin Clark confirms Sophie Cunningham's season is dead. Doctors say her knee is shattered beyond repair. Forget soft language. Caitlin Clark isn't sugarcoating it. Sophie Cunningham's WNBA season is over, ripped away by a brutal knee injury that doctors are calling catastrophic. The truth is ugly. This isn't just a setback. It's a wrecking ball to her career. What the medical team just revealed will leave fans horrified, and it cements one thing. The Indiana Fever's season dreams are collapsing before our eyes.
This is Bria Hartley right here, grinning from ear to ear with Sophie Cunningham smiling.
Bria Hartley dives for Sophie Cunningham's knees, doesn't even try to avoid the collision, doesn't try to move out the way. Bria Hartley sees Sophie's legs and says, that's the direction I'm going to fall in, even though...
And Sophie's mother, Paula Hartley, is a disgruntled player having trouble everywhere she goes. She's playing mean and plays out of control.
Sophie Cunningham was flat out targeted by a dirty, dirty player. Can continue to survive these things. Here you see Sophie Cunningham laid out on the floor, holding her knee. The lady was in tears, crying as Lexi Hall approached her to help her.
The MRI scans are worse than anyone imagined. Doctors aren't just concerned, they're warning this could end Sophie Cunningham's career outright. Her family is devastated, left speechless by the grim reality. Meanwhile, head coach Stephanie White is drowning in panic. Caitlin Clark is still sidelined. Bria Hartley is suspended. And now Sophie could be finished. The so-called future of this team is crumbling in real time. And the next revelation from doctors might be even uglier.
It's one of those things where people are looking too much into things. Smiling or not, nothing intentional happens in basketball. And on the other hand, Sophie hard fouling a player, like, yeah, she got called for attack. Like, I think we're looking too much into this. I think we are looking too much into this.
Bria Hartley should be drowning in shame, but instead she's grinning, mocking, bullying, and doubling down after one of the ugliest acts of the season. This isn't new. Her record is poisoned with cheap shots and targeted attacks on fellow players. Her character has been rotten all year, and now the bill has finally come due. Karma is at her doorstep. But the tragedy is that Sophie Cunningham is the one paying the ultimate price. With her career now hanging by a thread, Hartley's disgusting behavior may have just destroyed more than a season. It may have ended a future.
That has emerged with Bria Hartley smiling and laughing over this incident of Sophie Cunningham being hurt.
She's poisoned the league with her reckless, dirty antics, turning games into her own highlight reel of humiliation and violence. Let's rip open the past. Remember when she clawed onto Angel Reese's ponytail in a dime? That wasn't some playful tug. It was a vicious two-handed yank, like she was hauling in a dead cat from the bottom of the ocean. Hartley doesn't compete, she assaults. And every time she steps on the court, the WNBA's reputation sinks deeper into the mud.
To being the second most popular player in the WNBA, because I believe that's happened. And now the Indiana Fever has lost both of their top draws.
The list of Bria Hartley's victims reads like a rap sheet. Take the Skylar Diggins collision. That wasn't defense, it was a reckless blindside hit, the kind of move you'd expect in a cheap street fight, not professional basketball. Then came Rebecca Allen, mauled in broad daylight as Hartley raked her nails down Allen's shoulder like some second-rate WWE stunt woman. And now, Sophie Cunningham lies broken, her career dangling by a thread. Each incident is less like a mistake and more like a pattern of violence, of contempt, of a player who seems hell-bent on tearing down anyone unlucky enough to cross her path.
That chick grinning after Caitlin Clark got slammed to the ground. And then this chick.
Bria Hartley barrels straight into Sophie Cunningham's knee. The crack echoes through the arena like a gunshot. Sophie crumples instantly, writhing in agony, the kind of fall that makes every spectator clutch their own leg in horror. This isn't just a stumble, it's a nightmare unfolding in real time. And yet, through sheer torment, Sophie forces herself upright, hobbling off the court on what looks like a broken future. Every step she takes bleeds despair, a warrior walking into the shadows.
It really is. There's a lot of people celebrating this injury. And guess what? You can imagine who it is.
The rage was instant and absolute. Fans were sick to their stomachs watching Bria Hartley smirk after leaving one of the league's most beloved players writhing on the floor. Sophie Cunningham isn't just tough. She's the beating heart that drags herself through pain for the game, the kind of grit fans pay to see. And that's what made Hartley's cheap stunt feel so poisonous. This wasn't just an ugly foul. It was a deliberate attack on a star who actually matters, one of the few players keeping butts in seats. In that moment, Hartley didn't just injure Sophie. She spit in the face of the fans, the league, and everything the WNBA claims to stand for.
Grabbing Angel Reese's ponytail. What are we? In preschool? Body checking Skylar Diggins in the open court. What are we doing? Clawing at Rebecca Allen, leaving marks on her shoulder, leaving blood dripping down.
Hartley didn't just wreck Sophie Cunningham. She dragged the league's reputation straight through the mud. But let's be real. Was anyone shocked? This is Bria Hartley we're talking about. Cheap shots and dirty play aren't accidents for her. They're her calling card, her entire brand. From yanking ponytails like a playground thug to launching reckless body checks that belong in a street fight, Hartley has turned professional basketball into her own sideshow of chaos. Every time she steps on the court, it stops being a game and becomes a brawl. And the WNBA looks
into Sophie Cunningham's knees. Bria Hartley is a dirty player. There's no other way to slice this cake. There's no other way to explain.
Here's the ugly truth. Bria Hartley isn't an asset, she's dead weight. A liability dressed up in a jersey. She doesn't survive in the league because of talent. She survives because scandal is the only thing that keeps her name alive. Strip away the cheap shots, the dirty tricks, the headline-grabbing fouls, and what's left? Just another forgettable body on the bench. But Hartley figured out one thing. Infamy pays, and so she's carved out a place in history, not as a competitor, but as the WNBA's walking reminder of how low the game can sink.
Watch out for Bria Hartley because she's a dirty-ass player.
But here's the tragedy. Sophie Cunningham isn't just another player. She's the fighter this league pretends to celebrate. She's taken the hits, the injuries, the cheap shots, and every ounce of disrespect, and still she drags herself back onto the court. They call her Sophie the Trophy, not just because she's adored, but because she's earned her place through pain and fire. Fans love her because she bleeds for the game, and the league cashes in on it. But what do they give her in return? Nothing. Time after time, she's been suplexed, thrown to the floor, brutalized in plain sight, from Brittany Sykes dumping her like trash to Hartley now threatening her entire career. And the WNBA just lets it happen. That's the real disgrace. Not Sophie's injuries, but the league's utter failure or refusal to protect its stars.
Here
like
coming
she tries
in.
To slide over right there. And Hartley just kind of falls
And
and
she
makes collision with
crushes
that lower leg.
in
You see her immediately grab
on the
it.
knee of Sophie right here.
She went
Players like Sophie Cunningham and Caitlin Clark aren't just athletes, they are the WNBA. They put bodies in seats, they keep the lights on, they are the reason anyone tunes in. And yet, what's happening? They're being targeted, hacked down, and left broken by dirty plays while the league twiddles its thumbs. This isn't bad luck, it's negligence. It's cowardice. The WNBA is sleepwalking while its stars are being destroyed in plain sight. And here's the hard truth. If the league refuses to protect the only players who actually matter, then it's not just Sophie and Clark who are doomed, it's the entire future of the WNBA rotting from the inside out.
Look like Stephanie White is extremely emotional after this hard-fought game. Sophie Cunningham family is extremely pissed off.
What's at stake here is the future of the WNBA itself.
What's really on the line here isn't just Sophie Cunningham's knee or Caitlin Clark's bruises. It's the very survival of the WNBA. If the league's brightest stars can't stay on the floor because of cheap shots and unchecked violence, then what's left? Fans are already fed up, sick of watching dirty players get away with murder while the talent they actually care about limps to the bench. If Sophie and Clark are sidelined, the ripple effect will be catastrophic. Ratings will nosedive, ticket sales will collapse, and the so-called future of the league will bleed out in real time. This isn't just a crisis, it's a countdown to irrelevance.
I think we are looking too much into this. like Bria Hartley smiling after Sophie Cunningham ending up getting injured.
The WNBA has a choice: protect its stars or watch the league decay into irrelevance. Bria Hartley's latest stunt isn't just dirty play, it's a mirror held up to a rotten culture festering inside the league. How many broken knees, how many fan favorites left in ruins before the truth is admitted? The question isn't whether Hartley crossed a line, she bulldozed through it. The real question is uglier. Has the WNBA decided that chaos, cheap shots, and shattered careers are just part of the show? Because if that's the case, then this league isn't growing, it's circling the drain.
Sophie Cunningham got into it with early in the season. What are the odds? What are the odds this incident takes place with Bria Hartley, a player that's found herself in the center of flagrant fouls, in the center of pulling ponytails many times this season?
Hartley isn't just a problem, she's the symptom of a disease the WNBA refuses to treat. Every time the league shrugs off her filth, it broadcasts one message loud and clear: cheap shots are acceptable, violence is currency, and integrity doesn't matter. This isn't basketball anymore. It's a toxic circus where dirty play is rewarded and true talent gets sacrificed. And the cost? Stars like Sophie Cunningham reduced to pawns, broken and discarded while the league looks the other way. The WNBA was built on skill, but if this culture of rot continues, it will die on brutality.
Emotional, guys. I'm hella mad. Hartley need to be suspended on a major level completely. Probably at this point, she's more dirtier than Dejanay Carrington.
Hartley's recklessness doesn't just bruise in the moment. It rewrites lives. Every reckless hit leaves scars that never fade. Sophie Cunningham's knee isn't just another injury on the stat sheet. It's the kind of damage that can gut an entire career, rip away seasons, and poison the future she's fought for. And the toll doesn't stop at the body. These injuries eat at the mind, breaking confidence, shattering focus, and leaving players haunted by the fear it could all end with the next dirty collision. Hartley isn't just wrecking games, she's rewriting destinies, and not in a way anyone should stomach.
Based on your previous action, your reputation precedes you. Based on your previous actions, I need to assume all of these plays that you take place in are dirty plays, because that's the kind of player you.
Fans are losing faith, and fast. Every time a dirty player like Bria Hartley walks away unpunished after wrecking someone's season, the WNBA's credibility bleeds out. Who wants to watch a league where your favorite stars are nothing more than targets waiting to be hacked down by thugs in jerseys? This isn't basketball, it's negligence on display. The truth is ugly. If the WNBA keeps protecting offenders instead of its stars, it won't just lose casual viewers, it will betray the diehards who built it and scare away anyone new. Right now, the league's so-called stance on dirty play is a joke, a weak shrug in the face of outright assault. Sophie Cunningham and Caitlin Clark aren't just being fouled, they're being hunted. And unless the league finally grows a spine with brutal suspensions, ironclad rules, and refs who actually enforce them, the WNBA won't just lose players, it'll lose its soul.
Somebody please explain those physics again. Don't want to hear it, because this is a dirty player. All the defending that people might want to do, because there are some defenders out there, believe it or not, all the defending people might want to do for Bria Hartley, she deserves none of it.
The Bria Hartley incident isn't an isolated foul. It's a flashing siren for a league in denial. Player safety in the WNBA isn't a priority. It's an afterthought, and every cheap shot proves it. This isn't about one player or one game. It's about a culture that allows stars to be brutalized while the league hides behind empty statements. The truth is simple. If athletes can't step onto the court without fearing for their bodies, then the WNBA isn't a professional league. It's a circus of negligence. Until player safety becomes more than lip service, every season will bleed more stars, more fans, and more credibility. And if the WNBA won't protect the very people who give it life, maybe it doesn't deserve to survive.
Hartley doesn't even deserve to be on a roster in this league. Sophie Cunningham's family saying, what's going on here? You guys are calling out Sophie Cunningham, finding Sophie Cunningham for calling out the officiating. Meanwhile, you're letting players just take dives.
The fans aren't whispering anymore. They're screaming. After the Hardley fiasco, social media exploded into a tidal wave of outrage. Petitions, furious comments, demands for justice. The WNBA can't hide behind silence this time. This is the breaking point. The league has two choices. Listen to the people who keep it alive, or spit in their faces and let dirty players keep turning the game into a sideshow of violence. Fans have drawn the line. They're not asking politely, they're demanding blood. Either the WNBA cleans house and proves it gives a damn about protecting its stars, or it confirms the ugly truth that it values chaos over competition and villains like Hartley over the very players who built the league. This isn't just a pivotal moment, it's the league's final warning.